Hello, everyone. Welcome to my room in Washington State. I'm from Seattle, Washington. I had the honor of becoming the first Indian American Miss World America and represent United States at Miss World, which is like all of you know, the oldest and the most prestigious pageant. It is affiliated with 143 countries and had the honor of placing first runner-up at Miss World. I've been involved in pageantry for over 7 years. So I'm going to share with you tonight everything that I've learned, and I hope to add value. And if you guys want, please feel free to take notes. And if you have questions, write them down. So after I am done giving you like an overview of some of the main points and tips, you guys can go back to your notes and ask me those questions. But yeah, I am happy to be here, and hopefully I'll get to see you guys very soon in Atlanta. So I'll just go one by one with what I prepared. The first thing about pageantry is to have a very optimistic mindset, a solution-oriented mindset. I'm sure many of you have already experienced some hurdles and some learning curves as you have learned what pageantry is, as you have tried to perfect your walk, your talent, your wardrobe. Not everything is going to go perfectly. I know I've had so many different appearances in different states. So always have a solution-oriented mindset throughout this week, because जब आप tension में होते हो, आप anxiety में होते हो, not everything is organized, and you get a bit more stressed. So I want you guys just to continuously pick yourself up whenever you're anxious throughout this week, and remind yourself of the goal of doing your best this week and on stage. So have a relaxed energy about you, have a confident energy, and when things go wrong, go straight to the solutions. What can I do to figure out whatever, like maybe something happened with your dress, maybe the towel around didn't go as well. Just constantly pick yourself up and keep pacing yourself, keep pushing yourself. Even at Miss World, the competition was 30 days long. We would get our schedule in the morning, and we would have to show up already at 6 a.m. And then sometimes we won't get back to our hotel till midnight. And that was for 30 days. So all of us girls, it was like more of a mindset game of constantly staying optimistic and energized, because your energy is going to be read from the judges. So make sure your energy is something that you're really focused on. And the reason behind why I competed for Miss World is so I can make a difference. So I want you to think about, when you're in interview room, when you are on stage, what is the difference you want to make? I oftentimes hear the answer when I ask someone, why do you want to win this title? They simply answer by saying, I want to make a difference, or I want to empower women, or I want to help my community. That answer is good, and I believe you, but that answer is not good enough. So give me a tangible example of how do you want to make a difference? And if you have made a difference in the past, say that I want to make a difference in this arena, and I've actually already done it. And with this title, I want to...
cannot hear, give me the headphone.
And with this title, I want to grow. So write down your key points and key answers, and give me something that's different. I don't want to hear it's not a strong enough answer if it's cookie cutter. If any, so make sure you differentiate your answers and you give concrete examples. I'll give you an example of what I have done. So when I was asked something along the lines of why I wanted to join Miss World, or the difference I wanted to make, I mentioned to them that in the last 10 years, I have served with over 100 charities, and Miss World is associated with 143 countries. And I want to grow all the service work I've done on a global platform. I focus on heart health. Here's my pacemaker scar. And I also shared with them that I'm working on an emotional health policy. So I gave examples. I told them about my journey. I told them why Miss World and how I want to grow. So please think about, do like a self-analysis of who you are, what you stand for. If you had to pick one charity, why that one charity you want to advocate for, what is your personal story attached to that charity or that cause, and then give a more robust, personalized answer, because that will make you more memorable. Because with having so many contestants, judges oftentimes forget what contestant number 2 versus contestant number 20 did. But if I remember a story, stories are more relatable and they're more memorable. So think about stories that you can share, so people can remember you and score you accordingly. And I also want to talk about, we all know there's going to be one national winner. So I want to talk about your mindset going into this week. Remember that at the end of the day, you are all winners, and it's not possible to have, everyone win a national title on their first try. I did not win my first pageant in my first try. I did dozens of pageants where I was first runner-up or second runner-up. But one thing I learned early on was to keep a notebook and a journal of the things I learned, even if I didn't place as high as I wanted to. What did I do that was good, and what is something that I can improve on? So go in with the mindset of wanting to improve, wanting to learn, and be nice to all your co-contestants. Your responses after the winners are announced, your sportsmanship, your attitude will show your character. So whoever wins, make sure you are having you support them throughout the year, you encourage them, and that will also show your heart. And then since you guys all have some sort of a title already coming into this system, so when you do go back in your communities after you're done with this pageant in Atlanta, I want you to really utilize your title. When I was Miss World Washington and I went to compete for Miss World America, one thing that really distinguished me was the service work I had done in my state. And because at the end of the day, the judges just want to pick a contestant who's going to actually do meaningful work with the title, who's going to leave a legacy. So so when I did go back, I competed for Miss World America in 2019. I had a medical emergency, so I was not able to finish the competition that year. But when I went back home, you kept on serving. I kept on writing a goal every single week of the different nonprofits and NGOs I wanted to join. And I wrote down tangible conventions, schools, and wrote down tangible goals on the convention, schools, and the peoples I wanted to collaborate with. And I showcased that when I came back to Miss World America. And I think that really distinguished me, that this girl is not just lip service, her actions speak louder than words. And she is someone who's going to really take the title and utilize it, because there's no use of this crown and sash if it's just going to stay at home as a trophy piece. It's you, the person who's wearing the crown and sash, that's going to, make it come to life, give it some meaning, give it some respect. So remember that your journey does not just end this week. Your journey is just beginning, and to utilize this upcoming year. And there's two main ways that you can create an impact. One is through the organization of, Miss Bharat USA, and that is by recruiting contestants to the organization, helping this organization grow through sponsors, helping your state directors, helping your co-contestants when you go back home. So because service starts from home, so starting with your home organization. And the second way you can create an impact is by going in your communities, your NGOs, your charities, and doing service there. So don't forget the impact you want to make in the organization that gave you this platform. I also did that for Miss World America. I would constantly post about the benefits of pageantry, and I was able to recruit dozens of contestants and even state directors. So I think they also saw that this girl is about encouraging other people as well to join the organization, so they can also get the gift of confidence, get the gift of mentorship, the gift of friendship. So please keep that in mind to also help, the organization. Okay, so we talked about mindset, we talked about platform, and we talked about helping the organization and the community. Now I want to go to the fun stage side of the competition. So when you are on stage and you're asked, your on stage question, and when you're walking on stage, make sure that you remember that as a judge, I am watching you the minute you come on stage to the minute you exit stage. I'm not just looking at you the minute they call your name and it's your turn. So when you do come on stage, so I'll show you a little example. So say I'm coming from stage left, and then I go down the ramp, and then I exit stage right. So make sure you're also looking at the judges. You're smiling the entire time when you're walking across the stage. And then when other contestants are taking their time, you're clapping your hands, you're being a good cheerleader. And when it's your time to shine, you take a deep breath and you do the walking pattern that your choreographer is going to teach you. And then when you're done, continue to clap for the other contestants, and make sure when you do exit stage, you try to somehow still connect with the audience and the judges. So don't just completely ignore. Make sure you're constantly making that connection with the judges and the audience. And that will really, really distinguish you. Because a lot of people, sometimes I can see the hesitation in them. I can see in their micro expressions, the tension, the anxiety, and judges want to pick a confident, charismatic, magnetic person, a leader who's going to give the gift of confidence to everyone they're going to meet throughout the years. So you need to be the most confident, magnetic version of yourself when you're on that stage, and that is shown from the minute you enter and exit. So keep that in mind. I want to share a little bit about the walking. When you are walking on stage, sometimes I notice that make sure to record yourself, because everyone has some sort of quirk about their walk. So have a family member record yourself, or you can even self-record yourself and just walk in your evening gown, lehenga, and suit, and just see how you're walking, because sometimes you guys will be surprised to see that when some people are walking, their right hand might be active, a bit too active, or their left hand might be too active, or it might be going like this. So have your fingers right next to your dress or your suit, and slowly walk and brush against your legs, so you can feel you can feel your arms, and they're not too active. They're as natural as possible. And when you do your poses, try to differentiate your poses. Don't always do the same pose all the time, but you can do 2 arms, 1 arm, third arm. You can even hold your hands like this. So just watch YouTube videos tonight, find a few different poses that you can do with your lehenga, your sari, your evening gown. So it makes me realize, wow, this girl or this gentleman has put in so much effort in his or her performance. So that person is going the extra mile. I want to award them accordingly and give them higher points, because they're really giving me their all from A to Z. They have already thought about all the things that will keep them, as animated as possible in their facial expressions, as diverse as possible with the variety of poses they're doing, and as consistent as possible from their entrance to their exit. They're consistently confident and consistently giving me different aspects of themselves. So keep those pointers in mind. Just please record yourself. Recording yourself will really give you the truth, give you a good self-analysis of what you need to work on. And another thing that I've noticed in pageantry is sometimes when you're asked a question, people don't have a conversational tone. They have like this, I don't know what to exactly call it, like it's very plasticky. So when you are asked, like I'll just ask a simple question of like, how was your day? A lot of people when they're on stage, they'll be like, hi, my day was fabulous. Today I went to school, and after school I went to dance practice. That is not how people speak at all. So please don't do that. When people are, genuinely asked, how was your day? People say, my day was good. I went to dance practice, and then I did my homework. So there's a big difference between having a authentic, something really authentic in the way you speak that really will make a human being, like a judge, connect to you as a human being. Because when you get too presentational and robotic in your tone, then it's really hard for me to connect with you. So have that humility in your voice. Be very authentic, be very sincere. And when you are writing down your script and you're writing down, the incredible accomplishments you have achieved, or many of you might talk about your education or your job position, or the children that you have, make sure you say it in a very loving manner instead of being like, I graduated from here, here, and here, and I did this, this, and this. Tell me why you're telling me this. So for example, I have served in all these different charities, and I'm telling you this. Obviously, I'm not going to say I'm telling you this but I'll say something along the lines of, I have served with these many charities, and I want to encourage people to have grandiose goals when it comes to service. I want to inspire people to go out in their communities and do the same. So think about the reason why you are sharing with me all that you are sharing with me. There has to be a message related to your accomplishments and your personal story. And another thing, you guys can go on my Instagram, and I have posted a lot of helpful tools on mindset, and also I posted my Miss World performance. So you guys can kind of see when I was asked in top 12 at Miss World, Shree, what is one life message you want to share? And I said something along the lines that tonight I want to share about resilience, because as someone with a pacemaker and who's a burn survivor, I know firsthand how it feels to go through hardships. So that's my personal story. My answer, resilience. Personal story, facial burns, pacemaker. And then my message was, and I want to encourage everyone who may be watching or listening to me tonight to remember that you can rise up from any challenges in your life as long as you have a possibility and a solution-oriented mindset. Remember, as long as you have a heartbeat, you have a purpose. And that was my message. So when you're answering question, answer the question. If you have a personal story, please add it. Overall message. Okay, 3-step rule. Okay. And likewise for anything else, they might ask you, why do you want to compete in the pageant? And sometimes the questions might be very similar. Why do you want to compete? What distinguishes you? Why should we choose you? So have a set of examples and a set of stories already ready. So if the question is somehow familiar, similar, you can talk about something else. Like, for example, that was my personal story, the struggles I went through, the message I want to share. I also have an answer about the service work I've done. Over in the past 10 years, I worked with 100 charities. I have an example of the travel I've done. I have been to 34 states and 11 countries. And then I have another example of the people that I've worked with, Boeing, Microsoft. I work with API, Dana. So I constantly write down different things that I can offer, the value I can add, because sometimes the questions are similar. So please do a self-study of who you are, what you stand for, where you're going, the impact you want to make, the legacy you want to create, because honestly, at the end of the day, that is what pageantry is all about. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and also helping your community, your organization rise up. And all of you, I know all of you want to change the world in some aspect, but please remember, change begins with how you treat the people, the co-contestants that are in this Zoom call right now, the encouraging words that you leave them with, the kindness you show them while you're in Atlanta, the respect that you show to your choreographers. So changing the world starts with your words, your communication, your body language, your nonverbals. So be the kindest version of yourself, not just this week, but throughout the year. And that will be your legacy through this pageant system, the impact you have created, the conversations you have had. And one last thing before I start, opening it up for Q&A. When you do use this title and crown, there are different ways that you can, create your own opportunities. For example, you can write emails to your local school districts, introduce yourself and say, I would love to speak to your classroom or to your high school, your middle school about this topic. So throughout the year, take your opportunities by reaching out to schools, organizations, and then also in your talks, your speech that you write, make sure you give your audiences an actionable step. For example, when I talk about service, I give them the actionable step to create goals based on service, and I also give them tools. I have posted about my different nonprofit work on my website, shreesaini.org. So another actionable step is if you want to donate, you can go on my website and there are different NGOs that you can donate to. So when you are done with your speech, the audience members should feel inspired, should feel encouraged, and should feel like, okay, I have tools that I can use to whatever the topic you're speaking about, to improve my mental health, my physical health, my relationship, my mindset, to better my advocacy work. So while you're creating your legacy, make sure you're also, when you're interacting with people, you're also giving them tools through your conversation, through your volunteer work, so they can also create a ripple effect through your wisdom and through the service work you're doing. Okay, मैंने बहुत बोल लिया, आपकी बारी है अब. So अगर आपके पास कोई भी questions होए मेरी journey के बारे में, my year as Miss World America, my year as Miss World Washington, and the previous pageants I've done, please ask me any questions. Ask me any questions on preparations. I want to get to know all of you, and I am also, that's all I want to say right now. But yeah, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of the work you guys have been doing. I see that I'm being tagged in a lot of posts, so I'm so proud of the impact, and I'm so excited to cheer you on throughout your year. Okay, thank you for listening.
Hi, Shree. This is Jigyasha. Welcome you. And can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah,
hello.
This is Jigyasha from Michigan. It's a really inspiring story, and I'm loving it. I mean, this is my very first time participating in any beauty pageant or. And yeah, it's really encouraging. Every single word you said. I mean, I'm basically, this is because my first time I'm looking for a huge girl fun. I'm taking it as a fun weekend, whether I'm really prepared for what I'm going to say and things. But yeah, the tweak you gave us and the tips, it's really going to help me for next 2 days. I will try to my best to prepare some. I really don't have any question right now, but I just wanted to say this is my first time seeing someone like a celeb, like on Zoom. It's really wonderful. It's fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Shri. This is Sonali.
Hello.
Hi, I'm from Dallas, Texas. And first of all, thank you for all the tips you gave. This is the second time I'm participating. I am here, Mrs. Bharat, Texas, second runner-up. And now I'm so excited to participate. And it's more like, meeting new people. And first time again, I am seeing you as a celeb. And my question from you is, what was the hardest part in your this journey when you started this? Because I am, as a person, I have a B2 logo and I was body shamed by a lot of people in my life. And then I stepped front and I said, okay, I wanted to try something and show the women who are already suffering with some things that they can also do something in their life and they are not discouraged. So I want to know from you.
Beautiful. I'm so proud of the work you're doing. I think the hardest part is mindset, honestly, because there's been so much that I've done in the past some years that you guys won't even believe the stories that I have to tell you. So it's just constantly picking myself up whenever things don't go out perfectly, whenever someone was not nice, or out of jealousy, someone would say something, or rumors would be, said. There's politics in anywhere where you get a group of people, there's politics. So I've seen a lot of that. I've also worked with a lot of high caliber people, very successful people, worked with a lot of politicians, a lot of big names, but then also when you have big successful people, there's also egos involved. So I have learned two main things, and that is resilience, which is pick yourself up. The minute something goes wrong, pick yourself up, think about the next right thing you can do. And then kindness. No matter what happens, just be ultra kind to everyone and always help people rise up with your humility, with your heart. So those are the main messages, not just through pageantry, but just through life, humility and picking yourself up.
And you are my inspiration because I read about you once I came to know about you, and I said, yes, I want to go forward and try my best and give my 100% what I'm doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And I want to see your faces. Whoever is hiding, I want to see your beautiful orange face.
Hi,
Yay!
Shree. Myself is Neena Sharma. I am also participating first time in this pageant, actually in any pageant. I'm very pro in public speaking. I have been part of Toastmasters, but still, answering the Q&A round in a beauty pageant is a totally different game. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. So what have you ever faced a scenario where a question is prompted to you and you have no clue like what to say, but you have still nailed it in a way, like a really good answer to it. So how have you done that?
Okay, so when I was fighting for my life, this was March 16, 2022, and that was the final question I got at Miss World. And it was such a tough question. And to prepare with my mom, I went through like hundreds of questions. I've never heard of this question before. So the question that was asked to me was, Miss United States, which human right do you value the most? And I was like, I had to ask him to repeat himself because I was like, they cannot be asking me about human rights. Every human right is needed. Am I going to justify one right is better than the other rights? That's basically asking, is one race superior than the other race? There's no like, all the rights are important. How did you just ask me what right is the most important? So, but then I remember I'm a very spiritual person. I pray a lot. And I truly, authentically, sincerely wanted to do Miss World and still continue my reign with the desire to create the biggest impact. So I remember praying a lot that day, that God, please speak through me. Whatever questions come come to me. I'm applying for the greatest humanitarian job of Miss World. I want to serve people. I want to serve your people. God, please speak through me. And he did. So I think just the mindset, the spirituality really helped me in that moment. And I answered the question by saying dignity. Dignity is the most important human right, because when we treat everyone equally.
I'm sorry, I'm hearing some background noise from Galaxy Z Flip 4. I'm not sure whose phone that is, but can you please mute?
Okay. So I'll just continue. So I said, I answered the question and I said dignity. I elaborated by saying, regardless of where people may be in life, and if they're not blessed with food, shelter, water, we need to give them the gift of dignity, listen to their problems and give them solutions. And that's exactly the work that a Miss World does. And it would be my highest honor to be your Miss World. So I think I just spoke from the heart. Whenever in doubt, just speak from the heart. Take a second and just answer the question. Be authentic, be sincere. You guys are going to be completely fine if you have that humility in your answer.
Thank you so much for answering. Yeah, I totally agree. Sometimes God and miracle does happen. God does exist. I do believe. So yeah, great answer. Dignity is really important, no doubt.
And I have answered dignity for other questions. So it was like accumulation of my preparation and spirituality that really helped me in that instance. So I hope you guys did Google top pageant questions, and I hope you are writing down your answers. It truly is helpful. Okay, who's next?
Hi,
Yes.
I'm Adwaita Roy. I participated in Miss Teen Bharat GA. And my question to you is, when getting crowned Miss World America, how did that impact your life? And how did it impact your life?
Yeah, so I started trending on Facebook, Twitter, Google, and it was a huge win because I was the first Indian American in 71 years of the pageant, first Asian. And I also was, the one of the youngest pacemaker recipients in the world, a burn survivor. So I remember waking up every single day after the day I was crowned with messages of encouragement. And I felt, I truly know that when I'm wearing this sash and crown, I'm not just representing myself, I'm representing my heritage, my country, USA. I'm representing people who have gone through, hardships, people who are struggling. I'm representing messages of hope, resilience, compassion. So it made me feel very grateful, humbled, and very energized to just keep going and keep doing more. And fun fact, out of the 100-some countries, I was actually one of the last contestants to be crowned as the national winner before I went to Miss World. So my anxiety was through the roof because I had 4 weeks to prepare for Miss World, while other countries had a year or a year and a half. Some of them had over 2 years because of COVID. So I just hit the ground running. I stayed very organized and I made lists every single day of the things I had to do. And unlike many other countries, I did not have a team. If you go on YouTube and type in my name, you will see 2 videos that I made for Miss World. Those 2 videos were done all by myself. I learned Final Cut Pro. I hired a local videographer who kind of helped me with editing, but at the end I had to do some of the editing. The social media posts that I made, the photo shoots I did were done by myself. I didn't have like an overnight, you guys sometimes might have that illusion. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because sometimes people have the illusion that the minute you win, you're going to have all these people knocking on your door and helping you and your life is going to be transformed. Maybe in some countries, in some cases, but in my situation, I had to build my own portfolio, my own social media posts, do my own everything from outfits to training and just learning from the years of experience, going back to my notes. So that's my honest and sincere answer about my journey. Just gratitude, but a lot of work ahead of me after Miss World America.
Thank you so much for answering my question.
You're welcome.
Hello, everyone. This is Pavitra here. Hello, Shree Saini.
Hello.
I have been, I'd say, I've been honored and blessed to be selected as a runner-up for the state, Ohio. I have a question here, Shree Saini, for you. Firstly, before I ask my question, I would like to compliment you. From what I hear, you are a very self-made person, and looks like you have empowered yourself in your journey. You have come up with your own tools to build your personality and grit, and that's amazing. That's very inspiring.
Thank you.
Now, coming to my question, well, this may sound a little naive because we are almost at the edge of all attending the pageant competition. But
yes,
when you pick your clothing line, what aspects do you look into when you're picking your clothing line, or what do we keep in mind when we have to bring a piece of yourself onto the stage when you're walking? What aspects do we cover?
I mean, I just think about what works best for your body type. I'm not.
The reason why I ask this question especially is in beauty pageantry, we are emphasizing and more on body positivity, right?
Yes, of course.
So with regards with body positivity and not just looking at things with a glamour perspective or a glamour lens, what are we bringing up? What aspects do we cover up in this regards?
Yeah, you said it so beautifully. I just picked clothing that would best look good on my body. I didn't have, oh, I love this brand at all. Even in my last pageant, Miss India USA, Miss India Worldwide, I can't even to this day name you one big household name when it comes to like all these brands that people think of instantly when they think about like the glamour industry, because my focus was more on my stage presence and what I was bringing and the way I was speaking, and less on brands. And so I think everyone just needs to pick clothing they feel the most confident in. My mom actually sewed my lehenga. I actually bought my fabric from Joann's. So when I say scratch, I mean scratch. So yeah, my mom made my lehenga and I won national and international. And then when I did Miss World America, I just went to different stores and found clothing that would best look good on me. And at the end of the day, it's the feeling that you leave the judges with. It's not the clothing. I'm not gonna mark this girl who is very shy and wearing the most beautiful dress higher than the girl who is giving it all. She's giving me face, the fierce, the walk, the answers, the confidence. I'm gonna pick her because at the end of the day, it's not a, designer competition. It's pageantry is about the girl. So just pick whatever makes you feel good. And then when you feel good, you'll make me feel good as a judge because you're gonna showcase your confidence. So just focus on that.
Well, excellently explained. Thank you so much, Shree.
You're welcome so much.
Hi, Shree.
My name is Kushi. Thank you for your time today. All your information really helped me prepare for this pageant. It was great.
Aw.
And so my question for you is, as a young teen, how can I use my crown and title to help my community and inspire others with what I've been doing?
How do you want to inspire others? What is the message you want to share with others?
I want to make sure that everybody knows that they're perfectly fine the way they are. They don't have to change anything about themselves. But I just don't know how to get my message out to people as such a young teen. I don't know how to make people take me seriously. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, people will take you seriously through your work, through your speech, through your social media. So work on your speech. So elaborate on the topic that you just mentioned. I want people to know, to have more self-assurance. Give me 5 steps on how I can be more self-assured. that should, what's in your speech. So study about confidence, give me tangible examples, how I can be more self-assured, how I can be more confident. And then, like I mentioned before, you have to reach out to your own school, after you have written a speech, you have practiced it and said, whatever relationships you have with your teachers, and you can, what grade are you in?
I'm in 10th grade.
Yeah, so you can speak to the freshman class, the freshman ASP class, the freshman, whatever class is ready to invite you, but, give them a good ask. Like, my speech is 5 minutes. Can I have 10 minutes of your class time, or just 7 minutes of your class time to give a speech to your girls, or whatever the class demographic is, about confidence, and talk to your teacher and see if they can put you in. Go back to your middle school. I'm sure you have a lot of relationship with your middle school teachers. And just do a simple Google search. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta. I live here.
So just go to Atlanta nonprofits, girl NGOs in Atlanta, or whatever demographic, or YMCA in Atlanta. And I'm sure your parents will know a lot of community members, and just go to them and say, whatever your title is, Miss blank, 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 I am this is this and this. I would love to come and speak to your school. Can I do that for 5 minutes? I want to add value. And there you go.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome so much.
Hi, Shree. This is Sharda.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing बढ़िया. आप कैसे हो?
मैं बहुत बढ़िया. And first of all, let me tell you, you're looking so pretty. And
Thank
it's
you.
all of us our pleasure to see you live, and like get to hear your story. It's so helpful, and it will be definitely help us with coming pageant. So my question to you, like, I am a Mrs. Bharat Colorado, and how do you handle the social pressure? Because it's still in Indian communities, especially, we really do not have that much awareness of basically like for pageant and the fashion industry.
Okay, so if someone says something to you, you need to be confident enough to tell them the benefits of pageantry, give them examples of what you have done, the friendships you have made, the growth you have had, and just explain to them, have a conversation with them. And it's as simple as that. Help them understand from your perspective. And I honestly, I don't think there's a single human being in this world that would say, I don't think it's right to encourage girls, or I don't think it's right to encourage our communities. Those are pretty acceptable point of views in this world. People just don't realize that we also do that through the arena of pageantry. And some people might still give you a hard time. They still might be poking at you and give you follow-up questions, or they might keep pulling your leg, but just stay firm with your love of pageantry, what you have done. Invite them to the next pageant, invite them to do a volunteer work with them. You can use my example and be like, look at Shree, she did this. You can make impact through pageantry. So it's not tension mat lo about people kya kahenge, people kya karenge, just respond to them with kindness, and just win them over with your love, with your heart, with your service work. And even if they're still like, no, I'm against it, then let them be. Keep doing your work.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a great answer. I know, like, I would say, like, generation, like female generation from 90s, we really struggle to come up, for all in all the fields. It's not only pageant, like anywhere, even in the education, IT, everywhere we fought a lot and coming up, but it's still there are so many things. But the answer you give me, it's really great, and it will definitely help me to handle the social pressure. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Shree, this is Sharayu.
Hello.
Just picture, I know I'm not turning on the camera, and my question is related to that. So how much pressure do you think to look good always after being Miss Universe or Miss World? Sorry.
Yeah, there should be a standard. There should be a standard of, like respect when it's also like a sense of respect that when you dress up and you look good. But I don't take pressure, and I want to be respectful when I am invited to events to look good, and it does take time, but that's just normal. Like in any profession, you're not going to show up in office in your PJs. You're gonna, wear something appropriate to office. So similar in pageantry, you're gonna show up with your hair done, makeup done, and a nice outfit with heels or flat shoes, and you're gonna show up with your heart, with your message. That's the most important thing. But in any arena, when you play sports, you show up with your cleats and shorts and tank tops. So in any arena, any place you go to, you dress up for the part. So that's also within the job. But when I do go outside and I'm just walking my puppy, I'm not gonna be all glammed out, and I'm just gonna go barefaced, and that's normal. That's totally fine. Pageant winners are also normal people.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your answer.
Thank you for your question.
Hi,
Yeah,
Shree.
hi.
This is Swarnalata. I'm from Phoenix,
Okay.
Arizona. Sorry, go ahead, Priya.
No, I think you go ahead. You are already speaking, so I'll speak later. No problem.
Okay, thank you. So hi, Shree. I'm Swarnalata Kanaganti, cardiologist from Phoenix, Arizona, and also winner of Mrs. Bharat Light, Arizona. So I was just wondering, so in the national pageants like Miss USA and Miss World, do we have any set inclusion criteria, like for height and weight or anything like that?
For Miss World? Are you asking for my pageant?
Yes.
So Miss America, I think somebody needs to mute themselves. There's a lot of So for Miss World, Miss World America, as you know, is a very inclusive, very loving, very diverse nation. So we don't have that. Our requirement is simply the different competitions that are the different phases in the competition, being a US citizen, meeting the age requirement, being and competing in your own respective state, the 50 states. But I know, sadly, for Miss India, there is a height requirement, and I know they also do measurements in India. And there might be other countries like Philippines that do it. So I wish that wasn't a thing. I wish there wasn't a height or a measurement requirement. There are many countries that don't have them, like America, but a lot of the sub-countries, some of the national directors have their own rules. But Miss World as a whole doesn't have like a criteria.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure talking to you.
You too.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Samhita, and I'm 13 years old, and I'm so excited to meet you.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to meet you.
So my question for you is, how can a young person that's just entering into this pageant world take their first step and become their best self?
You just did it. You are here. You're in the Zoom call. You're hopefully taking notes. You're hopefully watching YouTube videos. You're learning. You're talking to me. You're asking questions. So it's just by doing. It's not, pageantry is not a theory. Everything in life, if you want to get better at it, you have to do it. You don't learn how to ride a bicycle by reading about how to ride a bicycle. You get on the bike, you fall, but then you get back up and you do it over and over till you become proficient at it. So similar to that, do your homework for all the different rounds of competition, practice at home, go on stage, perform, You might be anxious initially, you might have that fear, but to overcome that fear, you have to put yourself in the arena of pageantry on stage so you can overcome those fears and be a better version of yourself.
Thank you so much. This answer really helped me.
Thank you.
I'll go next. Hi, everybody. I'm Priya, and I'm from Florida. Nice to see you, Shree, and such an inspiring story. I must say, totally a story of resilience. And it's so good to see that, like when we say that we have tough times and it's just emotional, one is like dealing with the emotional hardships. But here you are an example of someone that with resilience, we can also deal with the physical problems. So I would say hats off and kudos to you. Huge respect. So my question is, and I'm also very privileged that I got the title of Mrs. Bharat Florida Elite, Florida. So I'm so excited to be part of the nationals. My question is, my daughter, she's 5 and she's turning 6 soon. And she's also going to be participating in this pageant. It's her first time. So what advice do you have for little kids? Like, how do you explain little kids the importance of pageant and what should they like really? I mean, I know they're still very little, but what advice would you give to little kids participating in a pageant?
Oh, I have seen some fierce 6-year-olds. So do not underestimate any of your children or any of other contestants who have kids. Do not underestimate how quickly they can grasp what you're saying. Little kids are also very coachable. They actually have less fear than most of us adults.
Yeah.
They're more risk takers.
Yes.
So just speak with her, help her with her walk. Ask her, okay, come from that side of the room down to this side, record her. And tell her, make sure you're making eye contact with the judges, record her as she is walking down the hall and help her with her poses and give her age appropriate questions like whatever you would ask to a 6-year-old, like, what do you do when you're having a bad day, or who's your favorite teacher? What's the best thing about school? What do you want to do when you grow up? And little kids will give you an answer. When I grow up, I want to be this, and then help her if she's giving short answers, help her elaborate why, give me a reason why. And then so just speak with her and you will be surprised by how she performs.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I'm so looking forward to for her to be a part of it also, because it's all about confidence and I would say starting at an early age. So thank you.
Yes. And can you guys see me? I can't see myself anymore.
I had that same problem too. I cannot see myself. So I'm just...
Yes, we can see you.
We can see you.
We can
see you. Yeah.
I don't even know where my thing went. I don't know if Janak Ji or Rashmi Ji can pin me, but I can't even see myself now at all.
Can you pin yourself?
Don't have to worry about it.
We can see you.
I can't pin myself. I don't see my Shree box.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Beautiful. You don't have to worry about seeing yourself.
Shree,
we can see you perfectly.
Shree, then you and I have the same problem because I cannot see myself.
Okay.
So I was asking.
We can see you.
We can see you. Hi, Shree. This is Vijaya.
Hello.
We all can see you. Namaste. We all can see you're so beautiful.
You're so beautiful.
Oh my God. I'm just with your smile itself, you're so inspiring. You talked about every single thing I wanted to ask. All other contestants already covered it. So, but still, I just wanted to say, hi, how are you? You look so beautiful. And forgive me, I just know only like Miss World, but I'm just, while talking to you, I was going through your Insta profile and I started following you. I could see your work right there on the page. It's so inspiring. So yes, I learned so many more things now just on the Wikipedia, whatever we read, Google about you, we're getting a lot of information. But in person, you're actually, truly, as you explained those examples, right? Not like a machine just talking in front of a mic, but you're like true person with true experiences, with your story. So much of inspiration here itself. I've been in the pageants from like 2022 made me realize in the COVID, that I'm missing a lot in my life, so I need to do something, that kind of a movement that I've been doing a lot of charities, but not satisfied. I want to do more, something big. So I understood this is a very great platform to make use of it. I was doing like some fundraising events through YouTube channels and donations, charities. No, I think this is the right place. I figured this all. And thank you so much. And I'll be looking forward to see you. Thanks a lot for your patience. You're answering very patiently. Thank you.
Of course. I truly want to add the most value. I have seen many pageant title holders who do win big titles who don't, give their secrets or their rubric, but I want to give everything that I've learned. I really want you guys to have a year filled with a lot of experiences. I want to open your mind up to possibilities. I want to help you create a ripple effect in your community. So thank you for noticing that. And yes, you guys can connect with me on social media, Instagram and Facebook. And I want to be someone who does respond to your comments, who does respond to your DM, because that's also, I am here for all of you, and I want to authentically do that. So thank you for your kind words. Thank you.
You're so down to earth. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hello.
this is Vidhi.
Yes. Hello, G.
Hi, Shree. This is Vidhi. I'm from Atlanta, and recently I won the Mrs. Georgia first runner-up title. And thank you so much for putting so much light about your journey and everything that you just gave us the little details about, especially the walk thing. That was amazing. I mean, we never noticed those little tiny details about walking. But my question to you is, on the stage, when you are on the pageant stage, how much confidence is not overconfidence?
Well, I think it's just shown in your voice, and also in your facial expressions, and the way you walk as well. Like, have an elegant walk, where like I can sense the kindness in your heart, the humility. I want that type of walk. I don't want the walk like it's all about me type of walk. And it is shown in your energy. There's something about someone's energy that's seen. And like she just mentioned about, like, when you're speaking, speak from your heart. Tell me what the difference you want to make, the impact you want to create. So when you give me whatever you have prepared, I can see that, okay, this is a confident, there's a cool confidence about her. She's not cocky. There's a reason behind why she's sharing everything that she's sharing about her accomplishments and all she's done. The reason she's sharing it because of this reason. And then your facial expressions as well. Be very mindful of this. Is a very important point. When you are on stage, it's not just having a smile from the beginning to end. Like, this is not what I want you to be at.
Yeah.
This is not what I'm asking for. I'm asking for you to have an authentic smile.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can put your lips down. Sometimes you can have a small smile. Sometimes when your cheeks hurt, you can do a small smile and then have a big smile, and then, giggle and just like be in that presence. So I think that will also show your authenticity, like being as natural as you can.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Roxanne Akhtar from Texas. I'm the physician scientist in internal medicine. First of all, Shree, you are so beautiful. Not only looking beautiful, I actually like your personality also, and the way you were telling everybody like a normal person, not having like any like a lot of people when they go up, they go like act like different, but you are acting like normal, like our friends, like an advisor, like yeah, that's appreciable. So actually, I need to thank Janak Bedi and Rashmi Bediji also, because they're the one, I always tell everybody, they're the one actually pulling the all efforts to help us. all the time. They are there for everyone, no matter what. Even the meeting, not only one time. Reshmi is texting us, come on girls, come on girls. She is actually always for everything, from our hotel to the things. That's the big things, and that's the attracting me more coming here. My journey started from 2019 from Texas, and then I'm originally from Bangladesh, so I'm international beauty pageant category. So I was the runner-up over there and went to the national. That is also like Reshmi Vidhi was always, Janakji also was always there for us. And it was a great thing. And personally, I do also help, like I help uninsured patients through Ibn Sina Clinic and also Shifa Clinic. And I also help like the victim, domestic violent, like victim ladies and also kids, and also the homeless people. Those I'm with several foundation like Marfani Foundations and also the Shanti Association. And recently this year, that's why I got the presidential award, gold award from the our president here for my volunteer work. So I said my advice and from my heart for everybody that I think we all should do, like no matter how much we can do the volunteer work. It's not only like we feel good. It's like when you see for us, the other people are smiling and they're giving hug, like kids, we like Christmas now, like everybody's waiting for us for everywhere. Like it's like so much like you feel good. But for me, a question to you, like after like that, what is the final you want us to do? Like I know we say the others like how can we help, but the things, what is the maximum, like what is the most beneficial for the society, for the community, like we can help them? What do you think, like, as a peasant?
I believe the people that need the most help in this world are the poorest of the poor, the one without basic food, basic shelter, without water. So those are the people, if you look at the Maslow hierarchy of theory, those are the people that need the most help. So find an NGO, a nonprofit. You can go on my website. I've already listed some there. So I think raise as much money, as many funds you can for that NGO. And when you go in your speaking events, encourage people to also donate. And then talk about kindness and compassion a lot, because we each other, through the conversations we have, leaving other people with an impact. So every single day you're creating change and you're creating impact. So make sure you take that extra step, and you're a more patient mother, you're a more loving partner, you're a more thoughtful daughter, you're more respectful to your parents. So be the kindest version of yourself every day, and help. I think helping the poorest of the poor is the most benefit that you can bring.
And thank you, because the other one I have common with you, like you believe, you have faith on God. Like I believe that too. I think like whenever like anything stressful, I just pray wherever I am, and it's relaxing me too. And the speaker, as you said, like how was the mental health? Because I'm doing the speaking on mental health nowadays, and I think it's big issues going on that we all I think need some help, even some stage of life.
So everyone has emotions, so everyone needs to work on their mental health, and you work on it by figuring out what works for you. There are so many different tools. I journal almost every day. I read a lot of books. I listen to podcasts. I listen to Mel Robbins, BK Shivani, Sister Shivani. I listen to different pastors in the US, Joel Osteen, Joyce Myers. So just be in that state of recycling and putting away your negative thoughts and adding positive thoughts.
Okay, proud of you.
We do that.
Proud of you, and you are the inspiration for us. Keep shining. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi Shree, this is Shalika. I am Mrs. Florida, Bharat, Florida. I don't have any question for you, but I would like to congratulate you for all the work you have done. You are a true inspiration thank you for answering all the questions. I mean, that's so helpful before the national pageant. Thank you so much. I truly, from my heart, thank you so much for all the work you do for the community, for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. And please, guys, while you're packing, I don't think you guys are in Atlanta right now. So when you're packing, pack in a very smart way. I like, say for my evening gown, I used to have like a Ziploc bag with my evening gown, earrings, bracelet, and I would put a sticker on it and write evening gown. And I would have like another section for my talent, another section for my interview. So already have all those things lined up backstage. So when you are changing, it's very efficient, it's very productive. So get as organized as possible for the next few days.
Hey, Sirivina here from North Carolina. I really like you, the way you talk. You are so down to the earth. I don't have any questions, but I just wanted to say thank you to you. I really like you, the way you talk, and you are giving our, a lot of tips to us to prepare for the pageant, the final pageant. I really thank you so much for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Saini, this is Vishal.
Hello.
Well, you're looking stunning. Let me start with that. Also, having heard everything that you said, I just realized my head was out of the game. It's been, I think, 6 months since I've been to my first pageant. I won the title Mr. Bharat USA for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So yeah, just that after this call, I know what I'm gonna do now. So
Good.
I'm glad I got on this call. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for everything that you said, all the questions that you answered. My head is back in the game. And the most important one was the way I answered my Cosmopolitan round in the first event. I just forgot about everybody and I had a one-on-one conversation.
Good.
And, after I got off the stage, I was like beating myself up because I've seen these videos where people talk a certain way and they have this way of answering the questions. And I didn't do that. I was just holding the mic and I was just talking to the person. And I thought that is where, that is something wrong that I did. But yeah, having heard you say that, staying genuine with the way you answer. Yeah, so my answer was kind of like what I do, why I do it. And this is my personal story. And this is how I'm going to change the world. And I just thought I was being, not considerate of the crowd and just talking to the judge. But if you tell me that's a good thing, then I'm just glad that, that might have worked.
That's a simple fix. It's a simple fix. So I'm glad you brought that up. So when say judge number A, like this is a panel of judges, okay?
Yeah.
Judge A asked me this question, and then judge C is right here. There's 3 judges, A, B, C. So the judge who asked you the question, look at them first, answer the question, and then kind of look at all the judges. Then you can look at the audience.
Yeah.
And you can finish with the judge. So just make eye contact with the audience member. It takes just few seconds, and then go back to the judges when you finish. Start with the judges, end with the judges, but then involve everyone by simply making eye contact with them.
Okay, got it. All right.
Vishal, I think I can relate myself. It happened to me in my North Carolina pageant where I was Miss Likeable NC 2022. So I started answering the question. Suddenly my mother instinct kicked in, and I totally forgot talking about myself. I addressed every single mother in the room and then realized, wait a minute, I'm not saying anything about myself in the intro. So it happens because you'll get so mesmerized with the judges, with their achievements. But learning, we will learn. We are still coming back, right? As long as we are coming back, it's a good sign.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's all from me. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Committee. I thank you guys for what you did for me, everybody. I visited India after I won the title, and all my family and friends they were so appreciative. They were hugging me and everything, and it was like, wow, yeah, I just love this. So yeah, if anybody's participating for the first time here, you're doing a great thing for yourself, and you are making your friends and family happy and proud.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yes.
Sana. My name is Bindushree. I'm actually Mrs. Barrett, Texas winner 2022. And you're looking very beautiful, gorgeous. You're really beautiful inside out. We are able to see that here. So I just have a small question for you. Actually, I just wanted to know the importance of mentorship. So technically, as far as I know, the people who you're talking to today, most of us do not have a mentor for this pageant. I'm sure about it. Like we are trying to groom ourselves, like look into Google, YouTube, so and so. But what do you think? Like, will there be any difference between a person having a mentor or without a mentor? Or please share your perspective.
Yes, so yes, mentors can help. I am a mentor, in some capacity through the Zoom call. So yes, it can help, but at the end of the day, the most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to practice. Only by practicing, doing, that comes with everything, practicing your walk, your speaking. And some people think, oh no, I will practice when I'm on stage because I'm in that arena then, and then I will, that's the only way I'll get better. No, put yourself in that stage scenario in your living room. Have a family member or a friend just fire at you question after question, so you can work on that muscle of being concise, answering the question, example, message. So do that. That is the most beneficial. Mentorship can help in the beginning, but I know the way I grew the most was through practicing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Hannah. I'm sure this is going to be very helpful. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And I think we have like 10 more minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions, please do ask them.
Hi, Shree. From Charlotte, North Carolina. You're looking beautiful. And thank you for doing this session. Everyone asked really good question and you provided very useful answers. So thank you for that. I have one question. When we are answering any question for the judges, how long is too long of an answer? And how short is too short? Like at what point we have gone too far with the answer? I mean, how should we determine that?
Yeah, so everyone has like an internal clock where you can feel when someone is long-winded or someone didn't elaborate enough. So you need to practice and work on that internal clock so you can get used to what is a crisp, clean, solid value addition answer. So Janakji and Rashmiji might have a time limit. I'm not sure if they do, but answers sometimes are like anywhere from 30-40 seconds to like a minute, sometimes a minute and 30 seconds, depending on what the question is. But it's just somewhere around there. And you can also use the timer on your phone, and the minute you start answering, press start and then finish, and see if you're around that 40-second mark. That's a good soft spot. It has to be a really good answer for it to like go over like a minute 15. So just practice it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any last minute questions, guys?
Yeah, Shree, I have a question. This is Mohana. I'm from
Yes.
Atlanta. You're beautiful. So
You're
much for this
welcome.
for time. Thank you so much. So I have a personal question, nothing to do with the pageant. So you've had a very tough life. So I wanted to know what has inspired you, or where do you get your conviction from? Because most of us probably would be wound down by it, but you haven't. So just wanted to check, ask you that.
Yeah, so I think I was very young. I was just 5 years old. I'm born in Ludhiana, Punjab. So I remember seeing poverty for the first time as a child and being so shaken up by that. And I'm sure many of you can recall your first instances as a child when you witness poverty, when you witness people sleeping on the roadside, when you witness, beggars knocking on your car for money or food or anything. As a little kid, I just didn't understand. I was like, why is it that I get to, go to school and have a mom like you, and this child is all alone and he doesn't have a mother or a dad, or he doesn't have food. He's so, so that image of, wow, I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I have the basic necessities. That thought became my anchor thought for the rest of my life. Like, as long as I have a heartbeat, I have a purpose, was something that I wrote after really meditating on how did I find my strength when, did you guys watch my video, the Beauty of the Purpose video? Like when my entire face was burned and I could not recognize myself in the mirror for many months, I found my strength from, I have water, I have food, I have shelter. That makes me luckier than many people in this world. I have the privilege of life. I have the privilege of, learning, growing, even when I cannot even recognize myself. So those anchor thoughts of focusing on what I can do, focusing on what I have, always helped me. And like I said, books, audio tapes, sermons, YouTube, help you so much. And I hope that you guys go and read more self-help books, go on YouTube, watch those tapes, journal. Those things I'm going to do for the rest of my life, because those are just practices that I've built in me so I can stay emotionally healthy when I am faced with hardships. And we're all going to have hardships. So it's important that you constantly work on your affirmations, on your mindset, and focus on what is going right, not always what's going wrong.
I said it earlier, but I truly think that you are truly an inspiration, Shree. What a story. Huge respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You
yes,
guys
the
are
heart
making
is
me
story.
cry. It's been a very tough year for me as well. Trust me. First runner-up, finishing first runner-up was not easy, and being that close was not easy at all. I have shed many tears for many months, and I had to go back to the same rubric of picking myself back up. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Any final advice for all of us from now on till the end?
Do the best you can. It's going to be a marathon, so do the best you can. This is a starting line. Keep pacing yourself, keep hustling, keep having a list on your phone. Whatever the key points that you wrote down, put it all also in your notes app so you can kind of like look at it throughout the week. I keep saying the week because the few days, just be kind to everyone. Like many of you mentioned, Rashmi ji and Janak ji, the one thing about them is, I hope they're listening. The one thing about them is that even when they have everything going on, all these state directors, the state title holders constantly calling them, they always stay so graceful and calm and relaxed. So be like the Bailey family, who is so, giving, available, generous. So when you are, stressed out, just find a moment to just breathe, to focus on what you can do in that moment. And when you're on stage too, another thing I often share is think about what you're thinking when you're on stage. On the stage, you should not be thinking, अरे यार मैंने ये क्यों पहना, उसकी ड्रेस ज्यादा अच्छी है, I should have lost more weight, oh no, my thighs look big, oh no, they're looking at me in a funny way, oh no, I did bad. Do not think those thoughts at all when you're on that stage. Just think thoughts of purity, of I am so happy to be here. Oh, she did such a fabulous job. Okay, it's my turn to go. Okay, just remember your poses. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you all for coming. Oh, I'm going to make eye contact with the audience members. Okay, now I'm going to do my pose that I practiced. Okay, now I'm going to exit stage. Okay, what's the next thing to do? Okay, it's talent round. Okay, I'm going to go change my talent quickly. I'm going to go, whatever. I know you're doing your talent round different and not in the same night, but just focus on what you're doing next, and then like just pace yourself and just stay as present as possible. And and be kind to your family members. Don't become a pageant diva this week. Just be very kind, even with all the stress that you might have.
I must say, Shree, you're such a great mentor, and this was such a useful session. And when I'm watching you, I have a 14-year-old daughter. So when I'm watching you, I don't know why, I'm feeling so proud, like a mother. Like I'm actually watching some from my own family, like my own kids sitting there and sharing the experience that you have. So it is just so wonderful. I think it's a moment of pride for all of us that
I represented all of you at Miss World. I took all of you with me on stage at Miss World. I also mentioned that in my Miss World interview, you know, that I'm here not just representing myself, but millions of people. So thank you for doing that.
I read that.
Thank you, Shree, for your all the guidance. It's really helping us.
Of course, thank you.
And now
You made all of us proud.
in person.
And more confident as well. Like, you know, now I'm like more confident than I was.
Yeah, be your
that I
Sharni
can do
on that
it.
stage. Be your Sharni, be a lioness.
So will you be there
get
on
the smile and
9th
cheer
also?
that is coming from you today. It's such a beautiful smile, and it's
Thank
a great session.
Very positive smile, which is giving us more courage to do what we want to do. And so will you be there on 9th as well on the talent round? No.
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
want to
looking forward.
I want to do
Can't wait to see you in person.
I want to do a quick video. So if you guys could just like wave. I want to post it, okay? Yay, keep waving, keep waving. Yay. And I'll get the second.
I'm not there in the video.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Shree.
Thank you so much. It was amazing to hear you from you, you know.
It's not enough talking with you. I feel like
Yes,
keep
and we don't
talking.
want to. We don't want to actually.
I don't want to
leave,
stop
but-
actually.
But just stay in touch. Stay in touch. I am your Miss World America forever. Just stay in touch with me. This is not the ending. We're always gonna. We have so much life to celebrate. So together.
And now we have one of the judges already by our side. So
that's right.
That's
Cannot
great.
accept everything.
Yeah.